I wasn't in it for the money at first. And it really kind of hurt to know that somebody was going to do that to an animal.
Pet flipping is becoming an all too common and easy way for people to make some extra cash. It's when you buy an animal for a low price or you get it for free, and then you turn around and sell it to make a profit. We were contacted through our whistleblower hotline about a local woman who says she believes her dog was a victim of a pet flipper. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has her story.
It really disheartens me to know that somebody could be just mistreating and misusing these dogs.
An FM area woman who wishes to remain anonymous put her dog up for sale on Craigslist. She listed her dog, Jade, for free. You see, she has a baby on the way and thought it was a lot to handle. In a matter of hours, Jade's owner thought she found a perfect new home for the dog.
I am recently retired and I live near a dog park and I have all kinds of time to spend with her and I would love to have her, which that thrilled me.
The dog was given to the new owner, but what happened next was completely unexpected. The new owner says the dog was too rambunctious.
My best friend saw an ad on Craigslist of her trying to rehome Jade, which, you know, I thought, fine, you know, she said she was going to try to find a different home for her. But she was selling her for $125 when I gave her for free.
Jade's original owner ended up tracking down the new family that Jade was sold to. She now wants to warn others about pet flipping.
It just led me to believe that this woman may be selling these dogs for profit, and in the FM community, people take their pets so seriously, and we love our pets.
Cases similar to this are pretty common, according to the American Kennel Club. Heather Clyde is the manager at the Homeward Animal Shelter. She says you have to be careful when selling a dog online.
Anytime you're giving away free animals, you always risk the chance that they end up with an animal flipper or something else is happening that's not in the best interest of the animal.
We tried reaching out to the alleged pet flipper. She was not willing to speak on camera, but denies all accusations. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
Clyde says in order to avoid pet flippers, make sure you're giving the pet away to a trusting person. Always ask for references, including from their veterinarian. Surrendering the pet to a humane society will ensure you're not giving it to someone who just wants to make a profit. If you need help uncovering fraud and corruption in your community, call us on our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and then go to work to expose the truth. Coming up after weather, we're getting our first look at the proposed changes to some school boundaries in West Fargo. The city on the grow looks to accommodate new areas. Plus, cutbacks at some border crossings are getting pushed back from Northern Valley towns, who fear it will cost them their livelihood. But first, Robert, it was a warmer than usual day. Will it stay warm overnight?
We'll see some cool conditions across the north, but a relatively mild area wide compared to where we should be at this time of year. A live look outside on the Coronado.com Valley Skycam, part of the Storm Team Skycam network. You can see a little bit of fog trying to develop here in the Fargo-Moorhead area as we look westward along I-94. Temperatures have been fluctuating between 36 to 38 degrees over the past few hours. 38 right now. Feels more like 31. Winds out of the south and southeast at 9. It's 32 degrees. Over in the Moorhead area. Speaking of chilly temperatures, 23 up in the Grand Forks area, 21 Cavalier, 27 in Devil's Lake. Winds, they're going to stay pretty light out of the south and southeast tonight, around 5 to 10, 5 to 15 miles per hour. And the combination of the wind and temperatures out there giving us wind chills as cold as 12 in Langdon, 17 in Grand Forks, 19 in the Devil's Lake area. Already starting to see some fog develop over parts of the area. You saw that on the tower cam, some locally dense fog just west of Grand Forks. And in fact, just a little bit ago, Grand Forks proper was reporting visibility down to a quarter of a mile. And we'll see more fog developing as we head through the overnight hours. Some of that could be locally dense. Keep that in mind if traveling late tonight and early tomorrow morning. A bit of a low cloudiness as well, mainly over Minnesota. We'll see more cloudiness in addition to the fog overnight. Underneath those clouds, no precipitation, none anticipated. Northern Plains quiet as we get across the national map. A little bit of lower elevation rain, higher elevation snows off towards the west and off towards the east. Not a whole lot going until you get into New England with a little bit of rain and snow for us. We've got those clouds. Those will continue to work their way off towards the north, and then we'll see that fog really fill on in as we head towards tomorrow morning. And where we see temperatures at or below freezing, that could add some slick spots to the area highways and byways, as well as sidewalks, parking lots, and driveway, so keep that in mind as you head out and about. Another mild day, highs in the 30s and 40s as we head through the day tomorrow. As some cooler air tries to slide on in, that may spark off a few brief showers late tomorrow evening. Here in Fargo, we'll start off the day right around 30 with that chance for some fog out there. And by lunchtime, though, we'll warm up into the low 40s and later on in the day into the upper 40s with a few peaks of sunshine. Speaking of sunshine, a gorgeous, spectacular sunset. Thanks so much to Tim for sending this in. We're going to use that as the backdrop to our 7-day forecast tomorrow. Early fog and then mild conditions, but that cool front that moves through late in the day ushers in some cooler temperatures. Notice the overnight low tomorrow night and the high on Wednesday. The same temperature. We'll see temperatures dropping during the day on Wednesday. Some rain or snow possible Thursday. A few more snow showers possible Friday. Behind that system, colder still, back into the mid-20s on Saturday, but we rebound nicely into the mid-30s by Monday.
I just want to savor tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty nice out there.
Yeah, it'll be good. Thanks, Robert. Well, new for you now at 9, we're getting our first look at how one of the fastest growing school districts in the country is now looking to change its boundaries. The West Fargo School District proposed this map. Take a look. To find out if your kiddo will be affected by the change, the district is rolling out a new tool for you to check. It's a Google link that lets you plug in your address and then show you where your student would go to school. And although no final decision was made, these proposed changes would take effect the fall of next year. This makes up a total of 963 students in grades 1 through 5, which is about 20% of the district's total elementary population. And some parents want the district to reconsider those changes.
Think about how the kids feel about it as well. Like, my daughter's really nervous about what's going on.
The district says these changes would help with stability, proximity, balance in class and ethnicity, continuity, and capacity. Now, if you want to enter in your address, we've attached this link to our web story at valleynewslive.com. Also new at 9, a North Dakota woman is dead after her SUV landed upside down and partially submerged in an icy river in Walsh County. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says it happened just after 7:30 this morning, about a mile south of Minto. Troopers say the 30-year-old woman from Forest River hit the ditch before going over the riverbank and rolling her SUV into the river. The SUV broke through the ice and was partially underwater when emergency crews arrived. The woman died at the scene. Her name will be released once family has been notified. 2 men are dead in Monaga, Minnesota. Neighbors are calling the shootings a murder-suicide. A neighbor tells us that one of the men had recently lost his longtime female partner and was grieving when another man came to bring him food, and the interaction turned deadly.
I didn't even know he owned a gun, let alone, there being a double shooting or whatever. So it was a very devastating shock to know that had transpired.
Police are not releasing any more information at this time, but say there's no danger to the public. They will release names tomorrow. Authorities in Becker County, Minnesota are looking for your help in finding a wanted man. 24-year-old Raul Gomez Valadez is wanted for third-degree criminal sexual conduct. Officers ask that if you see him, don't approach. Just call the Becker County Sheriff's Office at 218-847-2661 or 911 if you have information about his whereabouts. Crossing the Minnesota-Canadian border at 2 spots could be harder, and some border towns are not happy. The Customs and Border Protection proposed limiting the hours of operations at the Lancaster and Roseau ports. CBP officials say the traffic has dropped nearly 50% in 7 years. It would be fiscally irresponsible not to make any changes. But business owners in Lancaster say closing earlier could have major economic impacts. Governor Mark Dayton said closing earlier could make winter driving more dangerous by driving farther, make it harder for people to get medical attention. A decision is expected to be final, and it could take a couple of weeks. The search is set to resume tomorrow. Reinforcements are helping to look for 2 missing Minnesota fishermen. The men, identified as 29-year-old Deland Boaleo and a 17-year-old, have been missing since last week. And the boat they were in capsized in Lower Red Lake. Searching by boat is no longer possible because of ice forming on the lake. Airboats, divers, and remote-operated vehicles are being used. A whistleblower called Valley News Live that a Pembina County Sheriff's deputy had fallen asleep at the wheel and wrecked his squad car. Our investigation revealed there was more going on, and the deputy has resigned. Authorities say Pembina County Deputy Joshua Rao did wreck his police car after falling asleep at the wheel. His car drifted across oncoming lane and rolled into a ditch. We also found out that there were some serious internal issues with Deputy Rao. He was given a 3-day suspension without pay for multiple policy violations, including texting while driving, speeding, not operating with his camera, and inconsistencies in his reports. In one of the meeting notes, Rao said he should get respect because he's a cop. Rao submitted his resignation on November 3rd. His position has since been filled. If you want to see the full documents, we've got them posted along with this story on our website at valleynewslive.com. There's a new device being used that is helping to cut down on the number of deaths from type 1 diabetes. We hear from one woman who's trying it next.